I am right outside of Mad Jack's uploading a video using the Wi-Fi from Starbucks. See the progress of the upload. And we were talking about the community of Blythe and what is her honest opinion in the direction that the Blythe is going. Good morning, how are you today?
I'm fine.
And would you please just say your first name?
Sherry.
Sherry. Okay, Sherry. We're outside of Mad Jack's. You're doing your laundry today, correct?
Yes. I'm helping somebody do their laundry.
And you're from where, Sherry?
Blythe.
Blythe. Okay. Now, how many years have you lived in Blythe?
Let's see. Almost 47.
47 years. And then during those 47 years in the community of Blythe, do you think we're going in the right direction?
No, I think it's going in a ghost town.
And who do you think's responsible for the decisions that were made driving the community of Blythe in that direction?
I believe it's the city council.
And what advice would you give the city council?
To let more stores come in.
Okay, and
we only got Kmart, Yellow Mart, and one grocery store.
Do you think the community is getting a fair shake?
No. You know, all we got is the river, and that's just the summertime.
You know that Blythe, California is getting 1,500 INS officers here shortly. You can see by the graffiti in the community of Blythe that Blythe has been tagged from one end to the other, and there seems to be tags daily.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's associated with the illegal activities that are taking place in the community of Blythe?
Yes, I do.
And do you think the men from the feds will be able to clean this town up and restore this community to the way it was?
I don't think so.
And why is that, Sherry?
Because there's not enough right-way cops.
So, I've been told by many residents in the community of Blythe that have lived here for many years that the police department here is kind of questionable.
What I've heard there's a lot of crooked cops in town, yes.
And
but as far as me, I've never been in trouble, so...
So you wouldn't have any contact with the individuals that are paid to protect their community?
No.
Okay. And what advice would you give the people that move into the community of Blythe, being a residents for 47 years?
Hospital, I just came from the emergency room last night, and the hospital ain't big enough. I had to leave the hospital last night because there was a lot of inmates and a lot of ambulance coming in, and they need to make the hospital bigger. Because for the people that live in town, we got to be put on the waiting list while all the ambulance and the inmates come in.
So the inmates are giving preference in the community of Blythe. Is it because the state of California pays the bills?
I believe so, yes.
Many people have told me in the past that if they had the resources and the funding, they would relocate. Unfortunately, Blythe is a rural community, a hardship community, and people basically go from check to check, and at the end of the month, people don't even have money to buy groceries.
That's right.
So
they don't have enough income coming in.
And there's not enough employment for these individuals to...
There's no employment here, except for motels and fast foods.
So you're looking at low-income job, minimum wage for individuals that live in the community of Blythe, California. It makes it very difficult for them to plan a future and raise a family.
It sure does. Thank
you, Sherry, and God bless you. And I wish you nothing but the best. Good morning. How are you?
Okay.
And, you know, we have elections coming up here at the community of Blythe. What advice would you give the community leaders, those that are considering running for office representing the community of Blythe?
Well, what advice I'd give to the citizens is to elect somebody else. Get rid of everybody they got into office here.
And why is that?
Because they don't think of nobody but themselves.
And why do you say
their pockets?
Why do you say that? Do you see the conditions of the community of Blythe deteriorating or getting better?
Deteriorating. Businesses are closing down. They won't let new businesses open up. They're afraid that it's going to take business away from their businesses. They've been in business here for years, and they don't want nobody else taking their business. And then they can't jack up the prices on theirs.
Now, I was told that that we have a solar power plant coming in. It's going to be breaking ground on September 1st. Do you believe this is going to be good for Blythe? And if so, how? It's a $2.1 billion project. Do you
Well,
think,
if the citizens can get use of it, yeah, it'd probably help them knock down their power bills.
what about employment? Do you believe that the solar...
No, I think they'd bring somebody from out of town, just like they do everywhere else here when they open something big up.
So
They don't hire locals.
They don't hire locals. And do you think that the city council should be fighting for... I know that we don't have the talent in some of these areas, but we do have people that want to work, and we do have residents here that are out of employment. Do you think every effort should be made in giving these individuals a job in the community of Blythe?
Of course. Get them off of welfare. Get them off the streets.
Now, what advice would you give young families coming to the community of Blythe?
Don't. If you
Why?
got kids, don't.
Why?
Because there ain't nothing here for them. There ain't no movie theaters. There ain't no place they can go. They're just it's the streets and get in trouble.
There's a lot of taggings going on right now in the community of Blythe. Who do you think's responsible for that, and why hasn't it stopped?
Who's responsible for it? Okay, I know the kids are doing it, but maybe the leaders of the town should get them something to do besides that. Since that's all there is for the kids to do is the drugs and the tagging and the gang banging.
The last city manager that we had here for 18 years, his family never lived in the community of Blythe, California, so he didn't have a clue on what was going on at a social level. Well, we have had a city manager that was here before, that lived here 18 years and lived at a hotel that was paid by the city. We have another city manager, and I'm being told that he doesn't live here as well. How can you manage a community if you have absolutely no touch or in touch with the social environment of the community?
You can't. That'd be like parenting long distance. Getting on the telephone telling them, you got to do this, and trusting them to do it.
Now, what advice would you give the community leaders concerning this issue?
Get somebody, a city manager here that will live here.
Thank you, and you have a wonderful day.